Somebody else seek recognition. Chair recognizes Ms. Ansari.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to start with the UC request, an article from the Washington Post titled, "Trump Amplifies Conspiracy Theories on Killing of Minnesota Lawmaker." As we know, the president shared a video.
Without objections ordered.
Thank you. So I want to start with this question for the lawmakers here from Minnesota. As you know, Donald Trump has been posting these conspiracy theories about the linking Governor Walz to the killing of your former speaker and insinuating that Governor Walz had something to do with it. Can you please raise your hand if you think this is an appropriate action by the President of the United States? Raise your hand, please.
I'm not doing a raise your hand. I'm happy to comment on it.
Sure, is it appropriate for the president to do that?
So the person who murdered our colleague, Speaker Melissa Hortman, and her husband, Mark,
Answer the
had
question. Do you think it's appropriate for the president of the United States
evidence saying
to cause
he
violence
thought
against a
Tim
sitting
Walz
governor
was ordering him to do it? I know the facts will come out in the case, and we need to be respectful of the Hortman family, and we need to let this play out in the courts.
That is unacceptable. It is inappropriate to the highest degree for the President of the United States to be sharing conspiracy theories that are obviously going to lead to violence directed at Governor Tim Walz. Now, moving on to the issue here today, we all care deeply about combating waste, fraud, preventing corruption, and holding bad actors accountable. Unfortunately, this country has seen an unprecedented avalanche of such abuse in the past year, all stemming from the Trump administration, the most corrupt and the most wasteful administration in American history. It is truly amazing that the majority moved so quickly to hold basically an emergency hearing on the situation in Minnesota without ever one time having held a hearing on the national crisis that is the Trump criminal enterprise being run out of the White House. I don't even know where to begin. Maybe the Republican majority would be interested in holding a hearing on the $50,000 cash bribe that Borders Czar Tom Homan received from FBI undercover agents in a kava bag. Or how about a hearing on the $400 million bribe that Donald Trump presented by multi-billion-dollar companies in the form of the White House ballroom that Donald Trump seems most obsessed with? Do Republicans have any interest in holding a hearing on that corruption scandal? Or the fraudsters and the criminals that Donald Trump has pardoned? He freed George Santos, convicted of theft of public funds. He pardoned Paul Walzak, convicted of millions of dollars in tax fraud after Walzak's mother raised money for Trump's campaign. He released the former president of Honduras, sentenced to 45 years for flooding the United States with oceans of cocaine. And these are just a few examples. I haven't even brought up Doge and Elon Musk corruptions, Trump's firing of inspectors general who are in place to root out fraud, and career U.S. attorneys who are doing the bidding of Donald Trump in prosecuting his personal and political enemies. Is there any interest in holding an oversight hearing on any of those issues? Now, I want to talk about one specifically appalling instance of blatant corruption in the Trump White House, reported by the New York Times, that the Republican majority has shown literally zero interest in investigating. This is regarding World Liberty Financial, the cryptocurrency company founded in 2024 by Eric Trump, Donald Trump Jr., Alex Witkoff, and Zach Witkoff, among others. If those names sound familiar, it is because the company is a joint project by the Trump and Witkoff families, Steve Witkoff being Trump's special envoy in the Middle East. You may think that the president's financial interest in a secretive cryptocurrency exchange may be bad enough, but it gets so much worse than that. Emirati investment firm MGX invested $2 billion in the Trump-Witkoff crypto business, personally enriching the sitting president of the United States, his family, and Witkoff as a White House employee. This is at the same time that Witkoff is an envoy to the Middle East. He's the one negotiating with the Emiratis as an official representative of the United States government. While Witkoff and his sons were negotiating this private crypto deal, Steve Witkoff was also in charge of negotiating with the very same officials as a U.S. official to give the Emiratis something they desperately wanted from us: highly advanced and specialized computer chips. To make the corruption even more explicit, just after the crypto deal went through, Donald Trump gave his go-ahead for the transfer of hundreds of thousands of advanced chips to the Emiratis, despite the extremely concerning national security implications. It's perhaps one of the largest and most obvious corruption schemes in U.S. history, implicating a foreign government paying off the President of the United States and the White House to the tune of literally billions of dollars in exchange for sensitive U.S. technologies. So please, let the Republicans spare us with their feigned concerns about waste, fraud, and corruption. I yield back.